Hello everyone! Vamos então falar nesta nossa videoaula de estratégias de comunicação e atendimento ao cliente. First, we have to be aware of the types of communication and ways to use them. So we have verbal communication, non-verbal communication, visual communication, and written communication. Concerning to verbal communication, it's important to use a strong, confident speaking voice, use active listening, avoid filter words, and industry jargon when appropriate. Then you have non-verbal communication. You must notice how your emotions feel physically. Be intentional about your non-verbal communications. Mimic non-verbal communications you find effective. Regarding visual communication, you must ask others before including visuals. Consider your audience. Only use visuals if they add value. Make them clear and easy to understand. Concerning written communication, strive for simplicity. Don't rely on tone. Take time to review your written communications and keep a file of writing you find effective or enjoyable. To a more effective communication with customers, it's essential to use 7 tips that follows. The first one, keep it simple and to the point. There's a verse in Ecclesiastes that reads, "The more the words, the less the meaning, and how does that profit anyone?" Indeed, overly verbose statements require more time to comprehend and tend to annoy people rather than add a professional touch to your messages. If you want someone to understand and remember what you are saying, make it concise. Be positive. Maintaining a positive attitude has always been one of the simple keys to success in all facets of life. When it comes to effective communication with others, you can achieve better results by simply using right wording. In other words, positive statements are easier to understand and accept. The same holds true for questions. Asking a negative question, "You don't have word installer?" often creates confusion. Would sound far clearer and have less room for ambiguity if you frame it positively or keep it open-ended. Listen actively. Active listening implies giving full attention to the speaker, as well as timely and appropriately responding to what they are saying. In direct person-to-person communication, you can always count on the magic of eye contact and react with a smile, a nod, an "I see" to give other person an indication of connection and understanding. In an online conversation, it's about being fully involved, responding promptly, and avoiding distractions. Take the time to read the other person's message carefully and make sure you get them right. Let them know you are still involved and focus on the conversation. The fourth one, avoid interrupting. Nobody likes to be interrupted. We all know that it's rude to interrupt a person while they are speaking. If a customer has a complaint, allow them to speak their mind and do not interrupt them. When you listen to your customer's story and take into account all the information provided, you will faster find a solution and avoid irritation while assisting your customer. Another common mistake that customer service agents frequently make in online conversations is firing multiple questions at customers without waiting for answers to them, or sending out pre-written messages faster than customers can read. Check understanding regularly. Constantly monitoring conversation for understanding is a common good habit for all strong communicators. In online conversations, one hardly can read between the lines and never got misled. It's a good practice to paraphrase the other person's statements to make sure you are on the same page. If you notice any cues indicating that the other person doesn't understand your point, go back to the last point you received confirmation they did, and then start it over in smaller, slower steps. Number 6, use visuals. What is worth 1,000 words? A picture. Strong communicators use the power of visuals to convey and connect their ideas more effectively and, undoubtedly, to save time. Screenshots, illustrations, charts, and tables can be a valuable addition to your message, especially when it comes to providing technical assistance online. They can save hours of live chat conversations for people who find themselves technology challenged or just want to get it all done at once. Add an extra to delight. Sorry. Something extra always looks good. Wrapping up a conversation with, "Is there something else I can do?" is a perfect habit of good communicators. In fact, there's always something you can offer in conclusion. For instance, going into more details if the situation requires it, making a reference to a helpful resource, stating exactly when the customer can expect to hear back from you, or just telling you would be glad to help him again another time later. Your willingness to do more than expected is a great way to show you respect and make a good impression. Thank you for listening. I hope you have enjoyed this video class.